Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night with Kettle Kitchen. Thank you for coming in. I see we have Dark Lord Menet, Pike Creek Farm Renee. Thank you for coming in. Joey, Kathleen Bates fits you better. Two Doctors Homestead. I'm glad they could join us. Haven't seen them in a while. Oh, Joey talks about mankini. We'll have to have that discussion here pretty soon. But let's go ahead and bring up Miss Blue from Blue Self-Reliant. How are you tonight?
I'm awake.
Great. That's a plus. We got Daniel and Janet from Two Doctors Homestead. Thank you for coming in. Then we have JJ and Michelle from Big Valley Living. Hello, how are you guys tonight?
It'll be JJ.
It'll be JJ. Okay. And then for some strange reason, Crystal Cleary, we have Ginger and Sophie from Not For Nothing Else.
Yes, there's the hand. Ginger in the hand.
How are you guys doing?
I'm going to get a box like they had on the Munsters so that Joey's hand can go like this on the box.
Yeah, that would be cool.
He said he just wants a Michael Jackson glove.
That'd be cool.
I'm going to send him one now.
I was thinking that. That's worthwhile right there.
That would be worthwhile. I don't care what the shipping is on that one.
Oh, out of my...
So here we go. You guys all ready for this? Last night we were on 9 Acre Family Farms for their game night, and don't ask me why I put the name in. I put it in as mankini, and people started questioning it. Well, of course we went on with wait till I send the pictures around, right?
Right. That brought up a visual.
Yes, it did.
It's sticking in my head right now.
Are you photobombing me?
He's not touching you.
So if you see a head roaming around, then you'll know who it is.
Just like me, I'm going to go right here. I'm not touching you, JJ. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Nope, got to go off.
There you go. Keep going.
Nanu.
I'm going to do like I did earlier. Them some sketchy people down there.
I like that voice. That's a very Criminal Minds-esque voice. I like it.
I like the hand thing. Esque.
Who said, ew?
Okay, so Gail refused to put it up, and Joey made a valid point. Probably too risque for 9 Acre Family Farm, but you know what? It's not for Late Night with Kettle.
Not for here.
Right. Oh, hold on. Let me check. Are we getting a
picture? It's a whole different ball.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
I like the reaction on the right. Yeah, that's a good reaction.
Tony, you look so good voguing in your mankini. What are they saying?
Maybe some waxing might help.
I am proud to wear pink.
Who said that?
Dark Lord.
Dark Lord. He's so funny.
I was picturing Borat.
Had to do it.
The scene from Borat.
No, okay, I didn't think of that.
Like that Seinfeld episode when Kramer's cones and rods get burned out from that Kentucky Fried Chicken.
What was that? What was that, Blue?
I said, I'm just really pleased you didn't think of that.
The Borat.
Yeah, I'm glad you are too.
Yeah.
I'm glad I am too, because I definitely would have put that picture up instead.
I'm sorry.
I like how Joey puts in there, no rules at Kettle Kitchen.
That's right. There are some rules.
We don't have rules, but we have morals, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Speak for yourself.
You're funny. You cracked me up. How's everybody's week going? How'd Christmas go?
It was good.
Oy vey.
Yeah, you had what? 3 people in your house? What are you complaining about?
They were all frozen.
Oh, I like puts the duct tape away.
I mean, we're used to getting cold, but we're not used to getting as cold as we got. That wind was bad. I'll tell you, I put those hot hands on the outside of my hand, and my hands swelled. Like I couldn't even make a full fist. It was like right after we'd gone out in the cold, and I had a glove off because I couldn't do my phone with the glove on. And I was out there maybe 5 minutes. But of course, they warned that you could get frostbite up to, if your any skin was exposed, up to 20 minutes. We weren't even out there 5. And I came in and I put those hot hand things on the
You were out there for
on
6
the
minutes and 49 seconds, according to your short video.
Part of it was on the porch. So, I mean, I wasn't all the way out there, but I mean, that my fingers, I still have like a rash on 2 of my fingers. They swelled up. I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on?
No.
It was crazy.
Daniel.
Yes, sir.
I owe you an apology, but
what?
not an apology.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry, but not sorry.
I'm sorry, but not sorry. Yes.
You owe me one too.
I don't owe you nothing. Anyways,
Sister.
Daniel,
I know.
Yes,
I
sir.
was just playing.
you put a challenge out to me, and I haven't
did.
responded to it. It will go out tomorrow. So I'm apologizing because I haven't done it yet.
It's okay.
But I'm unapologizing because it will go out tomorrow.
You're gonna do it. I forgive you, Tony.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't let him off the hook that easy.
See, now
Come
you
on,
know,
Daniel.
now you know why they call her sketchy. So
right. As the producer of the show, you get certain leniences. You know?
Yeah.
there you go. Thank you.
The producer
I like
of this
guy.
show.
I love this
It's-
guy.
Here we are, the show about nothing again. Actually, this week we do have a subject.
I was going to say this show is. We've already looked at mankinis, so it's not about nothing.
Right.
He wasn't in the title.
I will make sure he is next time for you.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
was
good.
he?
Yeah. Yes. JJ, you cracked me up.
Blue, how was your Christmas? Were you just as cold as everybody here in the States?
No.
No? Oh my
No,
goodness.
We had 10 degrees Celsius, which is, I don't know. Hang on a second.
We will gladly tell you. Sorry.
She said she's
840 something.
Yeah.
50 degrees.
50.
wow.
That's still pretty
I mean,
cold,
that's-
bruh.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not temperatures that I'm going out in because my whole body will seize up.
Mm.
Which is kind of the mistake I made yesterday when it was 7 degrees.
Oh.
Mhm.
And I went outside to check because there was banging on the wall and I couldn't figure out what it was. And it was the gas meter door smacking on the office wall.
Oh.
Yeah, so this morning I'm paying for it rather.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see Rhonda Toweries joined us. Thank you for coming in. Butler Family Farm. Jerry sent me an email and I haven't got back to it. So I'm Jerry, I'll get to it. I've seen it. It's there. I just haven't got a chance to answer it yet. So Annette is here from Annie's Urban Kitchen and Homestead, or Annie's Kitchen and Urban Homestead. Sorry, I got the name wrong. Joey's in here.
Hey, he's over here. Coincidentally, he's right beside me.
You happen to know a guy, huh?
I know a guy. Hey,
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
Forget about
All
it.
right.
Forget about it.
Okay, so to answer a question that was asked just before we jumped on, which I'm not pointing out, but I do want to remind everybody, week 2, January, we are going to jump back on the pantry challenge, the $5 challenge that we had put out there. And so our 6th week is this next Friday. Okay.
Yeah.
So don't anybody forget that.
Okay.
If you're doing it by the month, then you got that much to go get. If you're doing it by the week and you've been doing it, then you're on board and you're doing great. Either way,
Get your
how's
homework
show and
done,
tell
people.
ready? Huh?
We're ready.
Get your homework done, people.
Get your homework done. Again, I will
Goodness,
reiterate,
we're ready.
if you have forums or apps or whatever you need, and if we need to try to coordinate how to bring those things up on the live, then go ahead and let me know ahead of time, and we'll try to get that worked out. So
So you'll have to send me homework since I'm the interim student.
okay, I can do that. I'll have Joey, my teacher's assistant, help me.
He didn't hear that part. He is busy in chat.
Yes, he is. I can tell.
Yes.
He's a yakety yak. Don't talk back. He is
Lori
in it.
Hyman's joined
I mean,
us.
I think Joey's brilliant. He said that we always do our homework.
Yep.
So,
There you go. You're the best, babe.
we'll keep him. You're the best, Joey.
Joey was asked to do homework today, and he got an A++ on it.
I bet he did.
He did. He's such a
4+,
suck up.
plus.
Oh yeah, 3+. 3+.
He's trying to be the teacher's pet. Whatever.
Well, it's worked because he's the teacher's assistant now. So
Okay,
Right.
so now you're the teacher's assistant. You
What do I
bumped
gotta
up.
do now?
Now you got to send JJ a email about what homework is. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
You do all the work as a TA.
Yeah.
All of it.
Hey, Joey's sitting there like, maybe I overstepped now.
yeah.
He's got you. He's got your
Yep.
back.
All right, so
Oh,
I'm going to give
goodness.
you. I got a question because I hadn't done this before. If I play this, can you guys hear that?
No.
Was that a yes or
No.
no?
No.
Okay.
No,
No.
It answers.
you don't hear anything anyways.
Oh, Tony, you're in trouble. Annie's Kitchen's on here.
Yeah,
Huh?
you've been answering emails or what?
Annie's
ma'am, I
Kitchen's
did.
got you. All right.
Annette
fine.
said,
She's good.
stop just not, replying. She's over it. She's gonna put
Yeah.
Kathy Bates. She's gonna put Kathy Bates on you.
If you only knew what you
Oh.
were talking about.
She seemed like a very lovely lady when she was
Yes,
here.
She is a very lovely. She's just getting frustrated because I'm not responding to her. But I did get your emails. Yes, you're good. Everything's great. So, okay. So, one other thing I want to jump up to before I go.
Were you going to try something else? We
going?
didn't hear that.
No, it answered the question I had. It's for Sunday,
okay.
so I needed to try something to see
Okay.
how it was going to work.
okay.
And it didn't work. So
Test
Okay.
kitchen.
now I have my answer. So that's what it was. Sorry.
We were the crash test dummies.
Oh, JJ, do me a favor.
Sure.
Tell Michelle the dog ate her homework is not a good reason to start losing in the quiz on 9 Acre Family Farm.
My mouth went.
That's so
So Joey has brought up a good point in a comment he made earlier, which was nice logo. Awesome new logo. Okay. That kind of will segue us into what our homework was for tonight. Okay. So back when we did Last Chance Cook-Off, I had I'm going to say I said it. I don't know. Somebody in there, I'll just put it that way, had made this statement of bringing communities together. That's something that I have stuck with since I heard it or said it, whichever it was. And I think it really encompasses what I'm trying to do with my channel. Okay. Moving forward. That logo will stay that way probably until my 1 year, which is February 1. Because I want people to realize that's what my goal is. That's if you're wanting to know where am I heading my channel for 2023, it's to try to bring more people into what I'm considering my community. Okay, not mine as in ownership, but one I'm a part of. Okay. And it's an open invitation to whoever wants to be in there. You guys all are invited to be a part of that. If you want to,
Okay, see ya.
So 1 down and 4 to go.
Blue said, "We out."
Bye, Blue.
I know.
6 months of this. Are you kidding?
May I say something?
Geez, you're starting to be like that girl that sits up in the front row. Yes, Ginger, what do you need now?
I'm so needy sometimes. No. You have a recent milestone you'd like to share with us, Mr.
Oh,
Tony?
you're talking about my Christmas present I got.
Yes.
Yes.
Share with the
Yeah.
class.
Okay,
let's see
class. December 25th, I reached 40,000 views on my channel.
Wow.
Nice.
Round of
That's
applause.
awesome.
Yeah, it's good for
And
you.
and since you're talking about it, I'll throw out what my milestones have been, and one I was totally shocked on when I went through and did my research of what I have done since I've been on YouTube. I am less than 500 hours away from monetization amounts.
Wow.
Very
And
nice.
I had no clue I was that close.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
One question that has been asked in the past or stated, or I'm trying to choose my words correctly here. People have speculated, that's the best way to put it, that Last Chance Cook-Off was one of those collaborations we put out there just to make ourselves bigger. And everybody sitting here, I think, pretty much knows that's, or at least I hope they know, that was not what that was all about.
Yeah.
That was basically where bringing communities together's thought process really initiated from. Even though it wasn't Mitchell's idea, that part of it, Mitchell just wanted to get channels together, and that's all it was.
Mhm.
People had went around it and said specifically that we were doing it and trying to raise our numbers, trying to get new subscribers, trying to do whatever. And Ginger and I talked about this today. Ginger, Joey, and I talked about it today. That is one of the collaborations that did not benefit me or net me many subscribers. And that's really hard to believe when you think of how many channels were involved, how many different lives we did, how many prizes we gave. But we're still trying to get all those prizes out. And I think if I remember right, I told Ginger I netted 4 subscribers out of that whole month of collaboration.
Yeah.
When I went back and looked at all the other collaborations I've done, I've netted at least 7 or more out of each collaboration. My views I got anywhere from 300 to 600 views on every collaboration I've been in. Last Chance Cook-Off didn't even give me half of that.
So that discredits that whole
It discredits the whole thing.
rumor, speculation
Yes. So
thing.
this is on on the title, going specifically to what Ginger just said in the title of tonight. It was the good, the bad, learned, and what are we for next year? It's one of the things I learned. Just because you put a collaboration out there doesn't mean you're gonna get those things out of it. I also learned very quickly that some people are jealous very easily, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And
They are.
attack you.
Daniel knows.
Daniel and Janet know exactly what I'm talking about.
I always get the trolls. I always get the trolls. Doesn't matter what I do.
Yep. And I know Blue has dealt with it as well in the past. I'm not sure about JJ and Michelle or Ginger and Joey. I'm even to that extent, but it's
silly because there's not a lot to be jealous of for my channel. It's not like I'm monetized. It's not like I'm a massive channel. I'm just a little channel.
I mean, even if you were,
and
if you were 300,000 subscribers and Blue was like all the rage in the UK, people, be happy for people.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being happy for people in life. People take a negative, look at things, and I wish that this world looked more positively and raise people up.
Right.
Raise people up instead of bring people down.
Yeah.
I will gladly accept checks at the P.O. box. So
there you go.
you're welcome to send me a check, no problem.
With smiley faces on them.
One thing I do want to throw out. Oh, did somebody just say something? Sorry.
No, Dad.
I thought I heard somebody say something. Sorry.
No, you just got glitchy.
But
Right.
Okay. I see Radio Jonesy, Debar, and I thought I seen somebody else. Tanya came in. Janet Homestead, where you are. Welcome, all you guys. Thank you. We appreciate it immensely.
Yes.
Okay, this ties into where I'm trying to go with this whole bringing communities together. The bringing the communities together for me is not just the fishing community, the gardening community, the cooking community, the canning community, the yada yada yada. I could keep going on that list. Okay, it's about bringing together people that are wanting to learn from each other, and from those they meet up with are able to hopefully obtain the information they're looking for, build a relationship that's long lasting, and be there when they need to be there. Hey, I got a problem. Can you help me figure it out? Because I don't know X, Y, and Z. Yeah, sure, no problem. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not trying to get out there and say, let's do our own thing. Let's make this something that's abnormal to what's already out there, because there's enough of what's already out there. I don't need to go down that road.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it so that we all help each other. That's ultimately what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
It's about helping each other as much as we can. Okay.
And we do that. You know, it seems like we all are growing to support one another in a positive manner, which is definitely a good thing, because then you exude more positivity.
Right. Yep. So when I went back and I looked, and I was actually shocked over, and again, I'm just talking my channel. I'm going to give each of you to have the same opportunity to tell your story as well. Well, there's a new channel, Catalina Treats Gluten-Free Kitchen. Welcome to our channel. Thank you for coming in.
Hello.
Oh, nice. Gluten-free. We've got keto cooks, and gluten-free is another. That was a good one to go try.
Yep. When I looked at what have I done as a channel, what have I done? I started February 1st. When I started my channel, I had 10 subscribers. Okay.
And you said to your family members, subscribe to me right now.
Oh, no. I said that, and then I added one more line.
Or else I won't cook.
There you go. So then very quickly, which at that point, and I'll be honest with everybody, I even told my family and friends, if I get to 35, I'll be excited. I'll be elated. Okay. By April 6th, I had 100. By June 7th, I had 500. And now today I'm sitting at 274 or 1074. So
awesome.
Nice.
Nice. Good job, Tony.
99% of that has either been from the live chats or from the collaborations. And that's as honest as I can be with anybody about it. When I looked at the numbers, I looked at the analytics. I'm not going to go through every one with everybody, but that's where my hits were in collaborations and the live chats. So my first live chat I did was, I had it written down somewhere here.
I was looking to see if our names are below us. They're not, are they?
Oh, here it is. So my first live chat I did May 21st, and there is 73 live chats. I did my first video posting on February 2nd. I'm now up to 53 videos have been put out. On November 7th, I started doing shorts. I now have 18 shorts out.
Nice.
One thing a lot of people, and especially a lot of people other than, I'm going to go with Blue, the other three, and I'm not even sure Ginger knows this. My channel did not start out as Kettle Kitchen.
Oh, I did not know that.
I know what it was.
You know what it was. What was it?
It was like Faja's
Kitchen, because Jaden would go around and she'd say,
I do my homework.
Faja. You did do that. Until somebody brought it to my attention and asked me if I know what a Faja is. And I went and looked it up, and I was like, okay, that's the end of that.
Okay, I'll have to look that up when we're done.
You
just
go look
so
it
I
up
know.
on your own. Yeah, you go look it up on your own, and I'll let you figure that out. Then we went on to a name change mission, I guess is the easiest way to put it. So settled with it. A lot of you on panel know the reason behind that. Some in chat know the reason behind why the name is what it is, but it's what we went with, and it's been great. I don't think I want to change it. I have no desire to change my name in the future. I like it. It says who we are, and people know it now. So why would I want to change it? That's not to say those that do shouldn't. Everybody's got to do it or not do it for their own reason. When I went through and looked, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We participated in 16 collaborations from February 1st until as of yesterday's date. So,
Wow.
yes.
Wow.
Of that, 2 of those were our own hosting. One of them was a joint hosting, and then the rest I just participated in.
They're so much fun.
It is. It's fun. It's the channels you get to meet. It's the recipes you get out of it. A different technique, a different way of learning something. Some of these collaborations I did. Noodle November, I specifically hosted that for one specific reason. I wanted to learn a skill set I did not have.
Yeah.
And I learned how to do homemade pasta not on my own, but doing it by myself. And it worked, and I think that's part of what, for me, that's part of what the collaborations are. It's about learning skill sets, meeting great people, getting good recipes, things like that. I'm not going to go too far into this, but as my wonderful friend down below me, some sketchy people down there, Blue, as she well knows, and others do as well, there is it's Friday night, late night. There's a buttload of collaborations coming in this next year, so be ready for them.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yes. If you're interested in joining any collaborations or would like, as of right now, a list of collaborations that we have that we know about,
I have the list.
Nice.
Our wonderful friend down below has a list.
I have a list. Okay, so I have the list of the ones that this group in particular is organizing, and I have a list of the ones that we have been involved with over the last 12 months that are run by other people. So that's the list that we have that we know of those. But if there are any other collaborations that want to be added to that list, please let us know.
Yep.
I am still working on the website.
Yep.
I've got to get the money together to set up the website because obviously that does cost money. Yep. And once that is done, it will go live. So I'm hoping at the very latest it will go live in February. I know it's not quite when we wanted it, but we got bills too. And
Blue and I were talking about it, and for right now, at least, to get the information out, I have no problem putting that into a spreadsheet, and if people want it, we can send it out.
I can make it into a Word document or a PDF or something for someone if they want it, and I can just send it off.
Okay.
Just email it and just email me and I will send it out.
Okay.
Tony, do you have a thingy where you can put our names down below our pictures?
Yeah, I normally have that up, but I didn't tonight for some reason.
I want people to know who I am. Oh,
there you go.
Well, that's how they're going to get in touch with you to get the spreadsheet.
All right then.
I did, Catalina, I did see your thing. We can talk, but it'd be wonderful if you hosted the collaboration yourself.
Can I just say,
but she's asking us to add it to the list.
Then yes, we can add it to the list if it's an existing one. Yes,
and I will add it to the list. I need dates and all that kind of stuff. And
okay,
people
so
get hold of
to go with what she just said, Blue, will you type in where you want them to send their request to you in the chat?
Yeah, hang on.
While she's doing that.
I'm doing it now.
Need a name of who's hosting, need the channel that's hosting, the dates that they're doing it, what the general gist is it full, is it looking for people to fill it, that kind of stuff. Okay.
conversations and learning from other people.
Hello, Lori and Tom Garvey. Welcome in. We love you guys being here. Thank you. While she's doing that, that is the bear on what did we get out of the year? What were our achievements? So for right now, let's kind of stick to the achievements that you and your channel you feel that you've done. Then we'll move into the other segments. So I'm going to go ahead and go right across. So we'll go with Janet and Daniel next.
All right, and Janet's actually, I think, saying hi to Tom. She's having a hard time tagging the name.
I don't know how to do any
so
of
she
that.
looks distracted.
Yeah.
You know, I'm normally
I started
Just say it
keto
out.
today.
Hey,
so-
Tom.
She did. She started keto today, so she's sitting there watching all Tom's
I was
videos.
stalking
to get into
Tom. I
keto.
was stalking your channel today because
These are keto tips, yeah.
That's where you're going to learn it from Tom Garvey, the keto
No,
cook,
I
and
did.
Keto Journey with Mike.
Yeah, we were watching that
Yes,
one
I was
too.
watching
Yeah, we
it
got
too,
both those
yep.
guys. We were
Yeah.
watching the video today. She's studying up on keto.
Nice.
Yeah. So as far as YouTube goes, I didn't have a lot of good numbers ready, but you know, normally I'm a numbers guy.
But I want to interject. You guys don't have to put the same stuff
No, I get it.
there.
Yeah.
If you want to just run down, that's fine too. So
Yeah. So we started, was it June, July?
It was the end of July.
End of July, we started the YouTube channel. You know, as we've talked about on some of the other chats, some of your other shows. You know, we just, we'd watch some YouTubes together and said, hey, we can do that. You know, we can do a YouTube channel. So we've been filming videos and putting content up there. We haven't done any collabs yet, but we'd like to. I mean, it seems like it would be a lot of fun. I think you guys are having a good time, so we want to be part of that.
Well, I do know you're going to be in the chili, whatever we name it, collab next year.
We'll do that. Yeah,
Chili,
absolutely.
Yeah.
chili
In
Smackdown.
February.
Smackdown, chili Smackdown. I like that.
Oh, I like that.
You know, people are
I'm in.
serious about their chili.
JJ's in.
Yeah.
I
Let's do
love
it.
that. The chili
We'll do-
smackdown.
Do the chili smackdown. You know, it's for us, it's, we do shorts, we're doing videos, we're trying a lot of different content, things we're doing. I was just kind of jumping through. I think one of our top shorts, one of our top videos was a 16-second video I did of cutting a piece of wood. And I'm looking, I've got it up in front of me. We had 82,000 views on that 16-second video, and we got 56 subscribers. Just from a video of literally just cutting a piece of wood 16 seconds long. I'll do a video like, man, this is going to break the internet. And you get like 10 views and no subscribers. You're like, I guess that didn't break the internet, but I liked it. Like you just don't know. You can't, you try to reproduce something similar to what you've done before and it might catch on, it might not catch on. So I feel like, we're doing content that we like, and sometimes people watch it and sometimes they don't. I haven't figured out the magic formula,
And my cooking videos are usually things that I know that my two adult children like a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get all those things together and do a video of it. So, when I'm not here anymore, that they have mom's recipe, plus they have mom actually doing
kind of a legacy.
Yeah.
Build the legacy up, which that's certainly part of it. But in terms of, I don't have any good advice, right? To say, hey, if you do this, that's the secret to get subscribers, right?
Yeah, because our view hours, we don't have a lot of hours.
Yeah, we did a lot of shorts, and that doesn't get you hours.
That
So
doesn't
our
count.
view hours, we've got under 200 view hours. But something like that short, I had like 80,000 views on a short. But that doesn't count towards your hours. So it's kind of a weird, YouTube does what they're going to do. But no, I think just keep grinding, right? Keep trying to make your content better.
I think it's fun. The whole thing is, it's fun. Yeah. And when it stops being fun, then I don't want to do it anymore. But right now it's fun.
Yeah.
I think Ginger and I had this conversation. Ginger Joey and I had this conversation earlier today, and it was, because I'm sitting at, like I said, just under 500. That'll be happening hopefully soon that I'll get it. But for me, and Renee and I talked about this yesterday, same thing. For me, it's a milestone. It's not a matter of am I going to monetize or not, because I'm being honest with you. I don't want to be under the YouTube microscope. Right. I want to do what I want to do because it's what I want to do. I've had people ask, why are you doing 3 lives now a week? I don't see any videos going out. You'll see the videos coming out, but I'm enjoying the lives right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I think information's getting out when we're back on normal track and we're doing game night and then Friday nights and Sundays. You know, the whole point of that is to try to get information out, and it's what I want to do. Once you get into monetization, you've got that revolving 365. You got to have the hours up. The algorithm really becomes important, because then you get, you know, stuck into whatever YouTube does with you. I have a lot of personal reasons as to whether I want to be monetized or not.
That doesn't sound like fun anymore.
And that's the key thing she said today was if work becomes work, then it's no longer fun.
Right. It becomes a job.
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
I just want to say, Tony, I found you through a collab.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's
Good.
how
Me too.
I found your channel, was through a collab.
Yeah,
And I don't even remember which one
I
it
did.
was.
JJ and Michelle did too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
I found Blue because I stalked her. That's how I found her.
Oh,
Well, she's
she's got enough
stalkable.
of those, Tony.
Okay, I didn't mean it that way. No, I used to watch Lisa Yogi Hollow Farm all the time, and Blue and Leanne and Daz would be on there all the time. And so that's how I became connected, I guess, is the best choice of those. Leanne I was already connected to, but the others I had no clue who they were until Leanne said, you should go over and check out Lisa's channel. And I got stuck in that place. I couldn't get out. Not for a bad, I don't mean that a bad way, but you know, it fit what I was looking for at the time, and I enjoyed it. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to take your part over. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. I kind of blanked out there for a second anyway, so I think I blacked out. So, I sort of blacked out a little bit.
Need more coffee, maybe?
Need some more coffee maybe in there. Yeah, but I mean, I think on that vein, I mean, you know, there's people we watch on YouTube that have, you know, 1 million subscribers, and they're doing a video a day because that's their income, right? And we talk about that, like that's their job. They're going to spend all day coming up with the content to do that day's video because that's how they pay their bills. At that point, it's very much a job. Not saying it's a bad job or a good job or anything like that, but you know, we're doing it for fun. I think you guys are doing it for fun, but yeah, if you're at that point and that's your income, you're going to be all day trying to figure out what video am I going to make today or what videos am I going to make this week. And, you know, and it feels like it'd be a lot of stress because it can be, you know, very fickle, right? I mean, I don't know how you know, you're trying to dial into an audience and hope you never say anything that upsets anybody because you're going to lose your audience.
You haven't watched all my videos, have you?
Right.
I love your videos.
We do. Yeah, we watch your videos.
That's why I'm little.
Yeah.
But
I
you
mean,
know,
I watch a lot of big people too, and you don't want to, you know, there's an authenticity to being smaller.
Yes.
You don't lose yourself, and you could be you.
Right.
Yeah.
Without pressure, you know.
Part of what I enjoy about what I consider this community is authenticness, germane, organic. Those things.
Yeah, he said.
Not Saint Germain. Get back off the pedestal over there, sister. Anyways,
Jermaine Jackson.
Yes, that guy.
Jermaine Jackson. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought.
Yes, thank you.
Where's Joey's glove?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I get the glove thing. Okay. Anyways, it's the organic thing is at least for majority of the people that are in this group, we want to do it the right way. We're not going out buying the subs. We're not out there pressuring people to do things. We're not expecting everybody to send us money because we can't function anymore, you know. And I'm not meaning that was not directed at anybody, but I've seen
JJ
out there.
JJ wanted to go to his post box and cash some checks.
you just blew his shtick. I mean, that's just not cool. But it's I remember when I first got I actually think I had started my channel. It was the first week or so, and I was doing the search things out, what everybody looks like, what are they doing, what are they not doing, you know. And I landed on this one channel, and I don't even remember the name. I mean, that's how potent the name was to me at the time, because I can't remember it, because I was disgusted, and I'll tell you why I was disgusted. This lady, in every one of her 200 videos, complained about her health, complained about what her family was doing to her, how broke she was. And of course, there was always a plug. Here's my PayPal. You can send me checks. You can do this. You can do that.
Yeah.
Sympathy channel growing is not okay for me, because to me, those people are probably worse off than some of us are. And so to extract something from them when they can't even function on their own and make them feel guilty if you don't do it, I got a problem with. But that's all another conversation.
I tell you, the moment people start shaking the can, and
that's what we say. We call it that.
We call it
they're like shaking the can on the street.
Well, because I grew up in Chicago, people shook the can on the street.
Yep.
Right.
And they
I like the analogy because it clicks for me.
It's what it is,
and saying, if you don't have $5 a month for Patreon, you shouldn't even be here. I'm like, I don't think you're worth me even watching on YouTube for free anymore. And I just unsubscribe because it's just
in that regard specifically, because I'm not going to criticize anybody that wants to have the subscription or member part or whatever they're calling that. I get people having it and all that. I'm not knocking it, because I think there are people that are actually utilizing it for the right reason and they're doing it the right way. But I don't think this is me personally. Again, I'm not trying to tell anybody that they're wrong if they do it different. It's just my perception. My thing is I've seen too many channels that treat those that are non-paying differently than those that are paying. And that I struggle with on a really bad basis, because just because I'm not sending you money, does that mean I'm less of a subscriber to you than somebody else is? Right. So that's just me again, but anyways, I'll shut up again. I interrupted you one more time. Please go.
No, no, I think that's okay.
You're
I'm just saying hello to some people. You're the producer of the show, sir.
And 2, 1. Oh. So basically, on your year, do you think you summed up what you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay. No, I think so. Absolutely. I mean, you just got to keep working on it. And I said, don't know. Like, I could do one video and it's great, and you try to do 10 more just like it, and they're not right in terms of feedback and views and clicks and all that. But we enjoy making them all the same.
Right. Okay. I want to say hi to Cottonwood Ranch came in, and Alvin Lewis was the other one. Thank you for coming in, guys. I'm trying to get so JJ, how about you and Michelle?
Yeah, we're the slow and steady wins the race.
Nothing wrong with that.
We really started just we wanted to figure out what the name of the channel was going to be and all that stuff, and then get that set up on YouTube so that we had it right. And then for I don't know, it was probably 6 months before we even put out a video. And so our date that we joined, we didn't put out any content for like 6 or 8 months after that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, the collaborations are amazing. They've really helped us actually grow a little bit, because, we're not putting out a video every day. We go to work every day. And we put out as many videos as we can, but there are only so many hours in a day.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. The collabs are awesome. I really like those.
I do too. Yeah.
They're really helpful. So I was looking at some of our numbers, but we hit 500, so that was a yay. And we hit 30,000 views.
Yay, good job.
And so it's and I agree with Daniel. It's like, you put out a video, and like we put out pomegranate jelly like a year ago, and it had like 200 views or whatever, and it just died. And now it's got over 6,000.
Yep.
Oh wow.
It's just like, well,
nice.
Why did it do that? And then videos you think are awesome. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen our pastrami video. That pastrami is so good.
It looked good.
But it doesn't have very many views. It's like, well, I put out, and I'm kind of with Janet. We really started our channel to get things onto video that my kids one day would be able to go and say, I remember when Dad and Michelle used to make this or that, or and they could always go there and see it. We found that we actually go to videos that we've done and say, how do we do that again?
I've done that, JJ.
There is nothing wrong with a video cookbook. There isn't really.
Yeah, right.
I want to jump in and say hi to Andale Homestead and Feather Friends Homestead. Thank you for coming in, guys.
Yes. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of friends and relationships from doing collabs. We've met all of you guys in the last few months, so it's awesome. I really like it. Michelle kind of made me a little bit of a list here to kind of and I don't do that very well, so
one thing I noticed, and it's very funny. It's almost like your viewer, or at least this is the gist. I don't know how you guys are, or any of you guys really at this, but like for me, the one video that shocked me was my caramel apple pie jam video. That thing is one of my top videos, and I'm like, that was a simple video. There was nothing to it. Leanne, Mennonite Farmhouse, she says the same thing. She puts anything bread out, they go through the roof. And it's like mine and hers. Those are there's recipes and videos galore out there about those things. So why? It's hard. It's almost like the shorts thing. One of them will work and one of them won't. You have no clue as to why. It's kind of what I feel like with the videos and knowing what content to put out there sometimes. But did you get to? Do you think you finished where you were, JJ?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that really helps is doing a little bit of practice before you actually put together the video. Kind of do a little bit of research and stuff before you do the video, because it's really easy to get in the middle of a video and say, "Oh, crap, I don't know."
Or like Ginger and I were talking, putting a video out and then realizing you don't taste or you don't like the taste of what you put out.
And you're like, nope, that one's not going up.
Okay, y'all ready for this? We have a late arriver.
Who's that?
Tina from Southern Heritage.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming in. I think you're
on mute.
No, I heard her. Oh no, she was what?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I see the
little symbol.
There you go. Now
there you go.
Welcome in. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Good. So we're just going around telling our story of over the last year, what our channels have done. So we're going that way. So you'll be the last one before we change to the next subject.
Okay.
All right.
Before you jump into that, can I say that we watched your peach cobbler video, Tina, and it was awesome.
Yes.
Did you try it?
I haven't tried it yet.
Through the screen, we're like,
normally, I make mine the same, but I invert the stuff in the pan. So I'm like, is that really gonna rise up and do a crust? Because I usually put the fruit on the bottom and the stuff on top, but yours came up and pooped, and I'm like, that's like magic.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and that crust is crispy and buttery. It's so good. Oh my god.
Wow.
Looks yummy.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move, because Tina came in, that moved Ginger over. So now Ginger's the next one in line. Ginger and Joey, how about you guys?
Okay, so well, is it just our channel? I thought it was in general things that we had done and learned.
Right
And
now, I'm trying to find out what achievements did your channel have over this year, basically right now, and things that you picked up on or whatever. I don't want you to do the what's coming up in your channel yet, and I don't want to do the bad because we'll have those separate conversations, but the rest of it you can throw in there.
okay. Well, we like well, pretty much like everybody, almost everybody else. We just kind of decided on a whim to start a channel this year. What are you laughing at?
Dark Horse has better internet connection, Ginger.
Huh? Oh, yes. Oh, you mean in the coming years, Dark Lord? Probably would be great. But anyways, Joey had really encouraged me to start the channel, and so I did. And I'm gonna just blow your mind here because our first name that we had come up with.
Oh,
okay,
no.
when I was really little, my dad, and this is not anything bad, it was like a term of endearment. He would call me Huzzy Rip. Why he called me that, I don't know. I was like,
Huzzy Rip?
Huzzy Rip. So like my Jeep, on the side of my Jeep, it says Huzzy Rip. I have a cup that says Huzzy Rip. That was my nickname as a kid, to the point where people, grown adults, would ask me, oh, hey, what's your name? And I would say, Huzzy Whip. Because I thought that was my name.
Why not have a channel named that, right?
Yes. So Joey said, why don't you call it Homesteading with Huzzy Rip? And I said, because I don't think people would like that name very much out there.
Looking back, are you glad you chose not to go that direction?
Yes, I am, because when I finally kind of honed in on Not For Nothing, I kind of kicked it around and I was like, nah, that's it. That's, you know, when you know. It's like, yes, I like that. So we started in, I think it was the end of July, somewhere in the end of July. And so it's been a good year. I've learned so much in 6 months. It has been amazing. And back to the shorts of, I mean, you'll just be chasing the tail like the dog does if you try to figure that out. I have beat my head against the wall about why one works and why one doesn't. And then I just stopped and said, you know what? Got to reel myself back in and just remember why I did the first one and just keep on what I like to do shorts about, or, you know, just stuff like that. So that's kind of how my mindset about that. But I can tell that the growth in the channel is reflected by the growth in better videos that I put out now, because that, I mean, I can look back at some of my first videos and I'm like, I want to delete that. That is horrible. Why did I do that? You know,
I call that the
yeah. So but we've had some, like I said, I feel like the better the videos that we put out, then we've seen more growth in that, and we've gained a lot of good friends, been in a lot of good collaborations this year, and gotten to know a lot of people. So we've a lot of positive stuff. With some of the numbers, when you go, it always seems like it's either like 100, 200, you know, it's the even 100. You gain over 200 and then you fall back to 196, and then you're up to 198, and then you're 202, and then you go back down. that I've had to just say, okay, stop looking at that.
Right.
Stop obsessing. Don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing. If you're having fun, like everybody has said, and I can't tell you how many times my daughter has called me, Mom, how do you make grandma's macaroni salad again? So
Mhm.
yes, memorializing those homemade recipes that were passed down from my grandmother to me, to my daughter, and now they're out there on YouTube forever.
Yep. Yep.
I'm thankful for that as well.
Yep. I think with the shorts, I've gotten I racked my brain. You guys know it because I called a lot of you like
Yeah.
Anyway. I got to a point where if it inspires me, I'm going to do a short. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But I'm putting them out. I don't have the time to put out 11 to 15 shorts a day to get to the numbers that they want me to get to even worry about monetization. There's no way possible. I got enough to do in my life, but I'll put them out there. It's another platform. It's another, and I love teasing my fellow channel mates over there about different things because it's quick and it's easy. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. I don't have to worry about the 2 hours of editing. I don't have to worry about this, that, and the other, so beneficial to my channel. Yes. Is it something I have to have? Not really.
So. No, but I remember I was, Tony pushed me off the cliff with lives. Here, we're going to do it right now. And I was like, what?
I thought I tripped you over the
I think you did kind of give me a little shove.
Yes.
But I did the same thing to you. I said, Tony, just do one short. Just do one.
Right.
Then I call him like 2 hours later. You got like 1,000 views on that short. He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, go look. There's like 1,000 views on that short. It was so funny.
Yep. Sweeney's Creek Farm, thank you for coming in. Central Victoria, Australia, thank you.
Nice.
Happy New Year's. So then that leads us into Blue. And before you go into it, here's a little something I'd like you to throw out if you can remember the numbers. And this isn't to tout how long Blue's been doing this because I'm trying to make fun of her. I want people to understand the knowledge and the concepts she has about YouTube. How many videos do you have uploaded, Blue?
716.
Wow.
She has more videos up than I think all of us combined.
Wow.
Man.
She's been doing this a while.
Well, nearly 3 years.
3 years.
I think I've got 3 years worth of Christmas stuff out. So yeah, I think I started doing it 3 Christmases ago, but it was in the November because my very first video was me planting out the garlic in the back garden of where we were living before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole reason in telling you guys that is Blue is one of those that most of us would consider a slow grower. But if you know her, pay attention to her, and listen to her, she has no qualms with that because she wants her viewers to be original and organic to her. They're going to like her because they like her, or they're not, and that's that.
Yes.
So it's a different approach than most of us jump into it and try to rush to the finish line as fast as we can, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So this year I actually doubled my numbers, doubled my subscribers.
Yay.
And most of that's happened in the last 6 months. And I'm not going to lie, it's been a lot to do with being a part of this community and finding the brilliant friends that I have along the way in that community. And I'm incredibly grateful for that. I'm not going to lie.
We're incredibly grateful for you.
Yes, we are.
Aw, guys, it's very early in the morning.
Don't you be leaking, okay? No leaking.
I did reach my 30,000 milestone this year.
Yay.
Oh, nice.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm halfway towards monetization, but I've done it organically. I've always said that I wanted my channel to grow organically. For me, it was about reaching one person. It was never around reaching 100,000 people. It was about helping one person. So, you know, and I just, because otherwise it's too big for me to think about. My brain doesn't work well thinking about the big picture. I have to just focus on the one person, and my channel has evolved since it started. It started off as a vlog that was about my food, my way of eating, and why I have to eat the way that I do. And then it's kind of evolved as circumstances around me have changed. It's evolved as well, because I realized that I have a lot of knowledge that can help other people, especially in the situations that we find ourselves in over here at the moment with, you know, the cost of living crisis, which is massive over here. We've got people that are starving, literally starving to death over here, and freezing to death because they just cannot afford food and electric or gas or whatever. They have to make some really hard decisions, and they're not people who are on benefits. They're people who are working full time. You know, these are people who's, you know, everyone's going on about people on strikes and stuff like that. But to be fair, these people haven't had a pay rise in 12 years, you know. So they're living on 12 years ago wages on today's prices, and they just don't, it doesn't compute. It really doesn't compute. So it evolved, and so my name evolved.
If I could jump in on that, Blue, really quick, there's the strikes and stuff over there. Is that part of what you're talking about? Because I've read about some strikes. Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
No, it's not good. And they're actually getting to a point where they're actually looking to join unions and strike together, which is what I've said they needed to do all along, was to all get together and all walk out on the same day, everyone from every sector, to get attention, because as they do it small and break themselves off, they're not going to get the attention that they need or want. But if everyone in the country walks out, the government has no choice but to actually listen, because their own staffers will be walking out at the same time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So, you know, that's anyway, that's anywho.
That's the must.
That's the So, I mean, I've tried every year to try and up my game and try and do other things. I have to, I try and be as authentic as I possibly can, but I do struggle because I have got autism and I have got ADHD. So those two things sometimes make having consistent videos coming out rather difficult. Because some days I can, and some days it's like, you know, so but I am going to be making a more consistent effort in the following, in the next year, to do with that. I have a new camera that I'm trying to, oh guys, stop it.
What?
They're writing nice things.
Oh, they're making you tear up. I'm sorry.
Oh, we do love you. We do love you, Blue, so much.
Yes.
I love you guys too.
Oh, I love how she said that so sweetly.
But I'm looking to rejig and reset up my blog. I do actually have a Patreon, but I have it set at $1. And the reason that I have it set at $1 is because they are printable recipe cards that I do specifically for Patreons. Okay, and I don't want people to miss out. Now, if people in this country want it, it's only 70p a month. But the blog will have printable recipes on it. But if people want to have the special recipe card, then they can have the special recipe card. It's just, it takes a little bit longer for me to do that. It's not that I'm trying to make a lot of money out of it. I'm just trying to, if people find it easier to have that and put them all together in one folder, then they can do that. So you've got options.
I think
You know?
for me, when in reference and going back to what I said as far as the membership thing,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem if somebody's getting something out of it. It's when they're not getting something out of it, because I understand Patreon, but what I like about, like in your situation, you're providing them a printable card that,
Yeah.
you know, there's something in exchange for it, not just
Yeah.
because I expect you to, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm referring to.
Right.
So
I don't
Yeah,
like
I mean-
when, and I don't mind people having Patreon. I just don't want to watch people who tell me that if I can't afford to watch you on Patreon, then I shouldn't be
no, I
following
never
you
do
on
that.
YouTube. And
No,
now those are the
someone
people
else
that
on
I
it.
don't even want to follow on YouTube anymore.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
All
go
my
ahead.
links are always underneath my videos, but I never very much talk about it at all. So it's up to other people if they want to go down the description and see, you know, what's there. That's up to them. Maybe my bad. Maybe I should be saying, you know, you can get these recipe cards, blah blah blah. But sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to get them out there than I should really take. They don't come out with the video. Shall I just say that? Okay,
Yeah.
so it takes a little while, so I don't want people to be upset with me. And then I think people are upset with me because ADHD brain sticks on things that happened 3 months ago that could have been just a slip of the tongue, you know, and we'll just hyper focus on that, and then I could become like paralyzed and unable to do anything. So I'm trying to get through that at the moment and just put things out. And if people want them, they can have them. But what I've always said with the recipe cards and the Patreon is I would rather have 100 people at £1 than 10 people for a tenner. You know what I mean? Because I know that those 100 people actually want them. And a lot of them will, you know, they feel like, because a lot of people who don't have a lot of money, and there are a lot of people that follow me who don't have a lot of money, they still feel like they have to pay for something.
Right.
They don't want to get something for free because they feel like they have to pay for it. So that's why I put it down at the very lowest point that I possibly could, so that people don't have to spend $10, $20, $30 a month or whatever to get the content, because I never wanted that. But yeah, so that's basically it. But I mean, if I get monetized this year, woohoo! If I don't, who gives a shit? I don't.
This video
It's
just
the
got
late show.
demonetized.
It's the late show. You're
Yeah.
okay.
I've done it again.
Except for
I will
Daniel.
do that on
Daniel,
my channel as well.
Daniel,
because-
you're being muted. I don't need to hear about pictures anymore. Okay.
No, I get it. That
Yeah.
was my once. That was a one-timer. That was a one-timer. It's out of my system.
You should just ask these
Okay.
people in chat, what is a young rooster called?
Yeah.
It's a technical
Janet, I already
term.
know what it's
It's
called. I don't
technical.
need the conversation. Is the point?
It's, for us farm folks, it's very technical.
We're gonna
Janet.
get booted out of here now. It was fun, guys.
So, I do want to hit on a couple things I did see out here. Sweeney's Creek Farm twice. I've seen 2 of their comments. We just do our thing, and it's great to see people enjoying it. I think I'm really starting to get a feel that a lot more people are doing it because they just want to have fun doing it, and if people either enjoying it or benefiting from it, that's their point. The other thing is some channels forget where they came from and become very mercenary, and I think that's a very true statement.
I've actually just had that conversation with somebody who
Yeah.
met somebody at HOA and was not
that.
impressed.
Oh.
Well, and some of it, I think.
I'm not naming either names, but
Yeah,
they met someone
no.
at HOA and was incredibly unimpressed with who they met. Because they were incredibly mercenary, and they made it very clear that 90% of what they do on their channel is for views.
Is for what?
It's for views.
Oh.
It's not for
Because they
real.
make more
Right.
money doing that and stirring the pot than they do if they just do normal videos.
Okay, so
So,
we're over the hour, so I want to go ahead and jump over to Tina real quick and let her have her chance. What is it? What kind of achievements and things like that has your channel gotten? And we're not going to talk about stock either.
Well, to be honest with you, I started out on YouTube and my husband went out and bought me this great camera and all this stuff and but I started a page with the same name over on Facebook, and I have almost 12,000 people following me over there.
Wow.
And through the year, and I started that in June, and I just kind of scratch my head now, and it's like, do you not have a life? I'm boring. Those questions that I ask myself, and then I don't plan content. I don't focus on it. I just do me, and that's pretty much it. As far as YouTube, I do want to try this year to try and move more over to the YouTube, but I'm really I don't want to leave my Facebook peeps behind. I've got a lot of people there, and that just keeps growing. It's constant.
I think, based on the conversations we've had, I think, and especially the last live you were in, because we all talked about it a little bit, I think if you can find that way to transition the two of them together, I think
that's
probably we'll see them both grow.
Yeah, well, that's what I was curious about. Is like, can I just like move my stuff over, move it over there, or
right?
Because I like the YouTube platform better than I like the Facebook platform.
Right.
There's a lot of I deal with a lot more creepers over on Facebook. Do you know what I mean?
There's this great little button on Facebook called block, report, delete.
Yes,
and I use those
every day.
Every day.
And I will tell them, and I will tell them, it's like, I will let my person that's following me know, well, I've just deleted this person, and usually they're pretty grateful. And then I had one ask me, why did you do that? And it's like, hey, if you want to be preyed upon, that's your business, but it's still not happening on my page. Take it out somewhere else, So that's part of that's probably one of the biggest things about Facebook that really just like puts me on the edge. I want to move it over, and and some people, everybody's got an opinion about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Everybody. Come out there about your life, then they're judging it, and it's like, I just kind of have a philosophy, you do you, boo. If you don't like it, there are many other pages of places you can go.
Love that. You do you, boo.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like
what I was going to ask though is when you don't have theoretically you don't have a pattern or process to how you're putting stuff out there. You just, if I'm making fried chicken today, I'm going to take a video of it and put it up. Am I understanding you correctly?
Oh no, I do have a notebook with stuff planned out.
That's how I roll, Tony. That's exactly how I roll.
Janet's like, that's me.
I'm going to be honest, that's me. I'm like, oh, I'm making this. I bet the kids want to know how to make this. And then if I feel like it, I make a video. That's just how I do it. I don't want to have to plan stuff because then it's work.
Well, I have a notebook of things that I want to film that I'm making. We just, we have goats and chickens, and we live at the base of a mountain. There's some crazy stuff that goes on around here. And it's like, and I've written down, those things that I want to video, but honestly, right in the heat of it, when I'm having to cook dinner, I do not want to stop and set up a camera. I want to get it done because I've worked all day, or I've got to get out to, the animals to get them fed, or that kind of thing. And so a lot of times for me, it's just like trying to get through the work that I need to get through. And then the last video that I did on Facebook, I had promised them this soup. I have a very demanding job and I got home late. And so it's like, oh, I made the promise, I'm going to do it. And it was just like, I just threw that together, and I felt bad about it, that I wasn't. It's like, oh, I should have, been a little bit more teachable. I should have explained a lot more, or, so I'm my own worst critic when it comes to that, and I was just super tired. Not the time to do the videos, because I think I even said in part of the video, it's like, oh, we're just going to do this. Yeah, because I don't care. I'm just tired, and so
that's real.
Yeah. And I had
real.
Yeah.
And people like real.
Yeah, it is real, and people say, well, what are you doing for a living? And it's like, it's called work, It's called work. I have a demanding job. It's pretty demanding. So trying to fit it all in, but I do have some stuff I want to focus on in 23. I want to try and grow the
YouTube. Hold that. Hold up. That's one of our next segments. We'll talk about that in just a minute.
Oh, so shut up, Tina.
I'm not saying that.
He's not saying. He's just saying.
You've seen Chappelle? There was the wrap it up button. When it plays the music, you need the wrap it up button. Be like, all right, there.
A couple things real quick before I do that. Simply Jan has joined us. Thank you for coming in. Annette, it did come through. It is downloaded, so thank you very much. Sweeney's, I'll check my email after the show. Joey's on top of it. A+++ again. So good job.
Best TA ever.
Yep, he's the best TA in the world. Okay, so we're gonna go into the next one, which, what are your negatives about YouTube to make people aware of them? Not to scare them or freak them out, but things they need to watch out if they're considering becoming a channel. What was one negative you experienced this year? So I'm going to go backwards, and we're going to start with Tina this time.
I think to do this, you have to be pretty secure with who you are and what you're doing, because people they'll tear you up. Yes. And I'm pretty tough skinned, and sometimes it takes everything I have not to just go,
right.
It's very hard not to do that sometimes. And so I think that's probably the hardest for me.
Welcome to Friday Night Live, where anything is possible.
Yeah. Well, I get paid to be a jerk all day long.
Hey, I would love that job sometimes. I'm here to tell you that. Sometimes.
I do. I get paid to be a butthole every day, and I have a very low BS tolerance.
Right.
It's very, very low.
Yeah.
And so I have a tendency at times to knee jerk. And I will jump back.
That's why I think you fit right into this group, because I think all of us kind of are on that same mentality.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah, it's like I don't think twice about telling somebody to go get bent and kiss my ass. I just don't.
There you go.
Oh, this is why we love you.
All right. So I'm going to move over to Blue now. Blue, what about you? What's one thing that is a negative that you've experienced over the year to let people know about, maybe that they don't know about?
I think it just goes on with the same thing. It's like, don't take other people's shit personally.
Agree.
People are going to say things about you and to you and stuff because they've got nothing better to do with their lives. They're really sad, actually, So I kind of there are block, delete, report, depends on how bad it is, but just get rid. You don't have to put up with that shit, and you just get rid of them. And the other thing is creepers. Oh,
Oh my God, they're the worst.
This is now part of my admin every morning.
Creepers.
The first thing that I do is I go through my Instagram inbox because there's always 3 or 4 of them in there. Always go through the Facebook because there's always I've been finding now that I've set up the official page for Blue Self-Reliance on there. I've been getting them there as well, sending me lovely messages and going, oh, but I can't send you a friend's request. Yeah, there's a reason for that, buddy, because you can't. Period. It ain't happening.
Gotta be a hey
like
Ginger, a friend.
Don't know you. You know. And also, as much as
hello, Nana
someone
9
you may
acres.
know through social media or YouTube or something like that, be aware that not everyone is as they seem.
Right.
Just because you add them on a different social media because you know them from YouTube does not mean that they are who they seem to be. And they can flip on a dime. Do not give them the opportunity to tear you down and freak you out. There is nothing wrong with blocking and deleting that person.
Right.
Ever. You have to put you first when it comes to doing stuff like this, because if you don't put yourself first, I mean, you guys know that recently I've been on TV twice. I have had people come up to me in the supermarket, and it does kind of take you back a little bit, but they've all been very lovely people. They haven't been nasty, but the chances are that at some point someone's going to recognize me and say something that about something, and that's fine. They can say whatever they like. Probably I'll have Tanny with me and he's my Rottweiler.
Yeah.
So that's all cool. But just don't take other people's stuff personally. Nothing that somebody says to you on social media is personal, and if it is, get rid. Even if it isn't, and it makes you feel like crap, get rid.
Right.
Just block, delete, get rid.
Janet, you asked us to pause for a minute. What
I
for?
just don't. I'm just trying to understand why you guys are getting so many people coming at you. Like we
I don't know. Why don't you
get
ask
that?
Daniel how he gets so many trolls?
Well, I mean, I get the troll thing, but I mean, like I'm assuming when you say creepers, it's men who are saying, "Hey, you're beautiful. I'd like to be your friend."
And it's probably because you have your husband with you and we don't.
Right. I can delete stuff.
Yeah, we're out
do you
there.
Get hit up?
We got a nice hey girl
I
on
know
Instagram. I'm like, hey girl. Hey girl.
Oh, my favorite, my favorite
hey girl.
one is, my favorite one are the private messages that say, hey beautiful, and it's like, yeah. Bye.
We get stuff like that.
It's like,
you do?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, hey.
Wow, okay.
I got one on Instagram.
So JJ, ignore that thing that Daniel sent you.
Really?
I'm like, bye.
Yeah.
Personally, I do like to play with my food when it comes to creepers. It depends what mood I'm in, and when it gets to sending the pics and stuff.
The cat lady, she likes to play with her
Mustang.
Yes, she does.
Or a Triumph, or something really mechanically gorgeous, and I'll send them that instead when they ask for sexy pics, because that's what I think is sexy. I can't help that.
Moving on to Ginger.
I don't know how to follow that up. I mean,
Ginger or Joey, either one, because I know he's still there.
I guess I would say, kind of going back to the underwhelmed when meeting someone in person type thing, that theory. If just be yourself. Yep. Don't try to be what you think YouTube wants. Be you. Find people like you, and just you'll get better with time as far as the videos go. Like I said, the first few, I hate them now, but I'm going to leave them up there just so my kids can see how their mama started. Right. But I mean, work at it. Sometimes it takes me 4 takes to get through the hi guys, welcome back to Not for Nothing Homestead, you know, and I'll trip over every single word 3 times. Sometimes I'll just leave it in there and say, well, you knew you were going to get a blooper at some point. Here it is. Real life, it's me. I mess up.
Yeah,
That's true.
It kind of goes back to the conversation we had the other day about how many takes. So
yeah.
No. All right. So JJ, how about you? You and Michelle, what do you got?
Janet, I'm not sure who you guys are hanging with, but we don't necessarily get many people that are trolling us or creeping out or sending me, hey, you know, hey sweet or something. We really don't. But one thing that I would say, if somebody was just going to start a channel, be prepared for the time it takes, because it takes time. I mean, it really takes time to put out a 20-minute video or even a 10-minute video. It takes way more time than you think.
Yeah.
Number one thing, be prepared.
Yep. That's a good point. Danielle and Janet.
I was just showing her one of the
loser.
Hello, dear messages. Hello, dear.
All right, I'm gonna start, and I'm just gonna go real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
This is my
go
thing.
for it. All right, you go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't realize that there was that many people in the world that had absolutely zero idea what they were talking about, and yet spoke about it as if they were an expert in the field. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube is not college people. It's not a person with a PhD. It's not somebody who, you know, is an expert that's been doing this for 25 years of their life. It's not, I mean, I just look at people, and there's certain things that I know to be true because it's something that I specialize in. And I'm like, why in the world would somebody come to YouTube to hear from some random dude living in a forest off grid to sell all your stocks in the stock market now?
Yeah.
And people believe them.
Yeah.
So I guess it just, I mean, I never did YouTube, even watched YouTube before this. So it really blows my mind. That's blowing my mind. And if that's where people are getting their information this day and age, it's a sad society we have of education. But that's what I think. But I'm sure you have something else.
I think that's what's so important about what, you know, Blue and Ginger have said is, like, just be yourself. So we're not going to go out and talk about something that we don't know about. I'm not. I mean,
No.
You know, I don't know. I'm educated.
I know. I know
what I'm talking about. If it's my thing, you know.
Yeah.
But there's some people, honestly, I just look at their channels and it's like, nope.
Right. Don't teach me how to change something in my toilet if you're not a plumber and that's not what you do for a living. Because if I want to know how to fix a part of my toilet and I go to YouTube for it, I want that plumber who's been doing it for 10, 15, 20, 30 years to tell me how to do it, because they know exactly what might happen and what. Not some random 25-year-old who's living in mom's basement who never even looked at a toilet before.
But I think there's a level of that though where experience, not necessarily career experience. Hear me out on what I'm saying. Just example. Somebody that's been canning for 20 years is going to know more than somebody that's only done it for 2 years, but they may not be an expert.
Right. But still, you have years of experience of a skill that you've been working on, so you can pass on knowledge confidently. If I asked you 20 questions about canning right now and you've done it for all those years, you'd be able to answer.
All right.
Not some random person who doesn't even know what they're talking about. They looked up a recipe and they're doing it, and halfway through it's not even working. And then they lie and say that's what they wanted to do in the first place.
There's a specific channel she's talking about that we won't name.
Oh, she drives me crazy.
You guys are crazy. She's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and every video is that way. It's just like, we're gonna make this. I make it all the time, but this is the first time I've made it. but we're gonna make it now, and this is gonna be great. And like
last week you said you bought that from a farmer down the street,
Right,
but
but
now
then you
this week
grew
you're
it.
saying that you just grew it in your
Right.
backyard. That's 2x2. What is it? Stop lying.
She loves to
Stop.
hate it. You all right, Tony?
I got a Charlie horse in my leg.
Oh,
no.
dude.
Oh my
Workers'
God.
comp.
Smack it, smack it.
Workers' comp.
That hurt. He got a Charlie horse. That's the reason why he's running around the living room.
I'm turning this into the Producers Association.
This is Workers' comp.
Right.
Get your Film Actors Guild.
Yeah.
File a
Oh.
claim.
Sorry, dude.
Okay. Okay.
The other thing
So we're going to move on to the next thing real quick.
Ouch,
Oh,
Was it between
Charlie,
your
that
tongue
really
and your
hurts.
knee?
hold on. Blue, what was that?
The other thing that's going with you, what you guys are saying, is that there are people who are qualified out there on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
who are using
Yes.
scare tactics to
Yeah.
get their message across
Oh yeah.
and giving out wrong information that is not updated and is not up to date with proper medical stuff.
That's just poor ethics right there.
Okay,
People
it
should
is
not do
absolutely horrific ethics,
Mhm.
and there are some really huge channels out there
Mhm.
that are doing it. I am a qualified dietitian,
Thanks, Rhonda.
nutritionist, herbalist,
Sorry.
but I'm also now a newly qualified naturopath as well, which is like Yahoo. I have lots of letters
Yeah.
now. All of them. So you know, my aim is to get the alphabet by the time I'm 60. You know,
Nice.
but so I look at this stuff and I go, you talking out your butt, mate.
Right.
Right.
Talking out the butt,
But I
mate.
will call them out for it. I will
Mhm.
call them out for it, and I will put the actual numbers underneath. And because you know, when they're saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be eating this or you shouldn't be eating that," and I'm like sitting there going, "Dude, you know, you really don't know what you're talking about. Obviously,
Mhm.
you're just going with something that you found on
Right.
friggin' Facebook on a meme somewhere."
Yeah.
That, you know, that isn't
I-
factual. So just be aware of that and do your own research, do proper research. And I don't mean just go to another YouTube channel and find out.
Yes, please.
Do your own proper research. There are medical guides out there, even for
Right.
herbal medicine, there are proper medical guides out there. So, you know, do that rather than just believe everything that everybody is telling you. If I do put stuff out, and I very rarely do, but when I do put stuff out, it is genuine information that comes from a place that I know is properly researched and it will have the exact information that you need on it.
I think it's very important, and she hit on it nail on head. Your own research. You can get here's the way anybody with canning or cooking that I ever run into or calls me or emails me, here's a place to go to. Here's one way I do it, but I would recommend going to do your own research.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be the reason why you did something, then you get sick, and then it's my fault, and you're telling everybody I did that.
Yeah.
I know Ginger does it for sure. Anybody that can theoretically, whether it's in the UK or it's in the US, you're doing your research to verify what you're doing is not going to make anybody sick. Doesn't, and I'm not here to have the botulism and all that kind of conversation. It's we all respectfully have our ways of doing it for whatever that is. You need to verify on your own that you're meeting whatever those standards are, that the recipe is a correct recipe, that the amounts are correct. Do you know how many cookbooks get printed out there with missed recipes
Right.
on them?
Right. That's true.
There's
That's
tons of them out there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Just because they have somebody that's paid to proofread doesn't mean that person's proofreading. I'm here to
Yeah.
tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No, you're
The
right.
point behind it is just what she said. Do your own research. So I'm going to move into my two things real quick. Not everyone is your friend.
No.
I've learned that the hard way.
It's a good life lesson.
That is. That's
It
a
is.
very good point.
That is fact.
And it is fact. Judge JJ's correct. And me and Ginger had this conversation today. Not everybody on YouTube is your friend. Be aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay. And pick your mods wisely. If you start having them on your YouTube channel, on a Facebook channel, I don't know how the other platforms work. Choose the people you're trusting wisely.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing I could say. All right.
Yep.
Ask Daniel or ask Ginger. Just the other day, I made Joey a mod on my lives.
Mm-hmm.
I trust
Mhm.
Joey.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Joey is a mod on my live.
Mhm.
I don't care whether Joey knows how to do it or not. Joey can jump in there and do something if he needs to, and I can't get to it.
Yeah.
Joey said, "Why? He's so sketchy."
We should.
Yes.
All people down there, you know.
Yeah, they're all
But it is important to know not everybody's your friend, and make sure who you're trusting for a right reason, not just because you think it's going to get you fame, it's going to get you a quick access to somewhere, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to get screwed. That's the plain and simple of it. So here's the other thing I want to move into. We've been on for an hour and 34 minutes. I really want to hit this. I'm going to start this, and I'm going to jump all over the place. Okay. What are the things you want to do in 2023 for your channel? Okay.
Okay.
Everybody got their thought process going? Got your juices flowing?
Yes.
Okay. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow, and guess who's helping me? Thank you, Ginger. I am pressure canning potatoes for the third time. We'll see how it goes.
Awesome.
But that's not next year. So if it's successful, I will be doing them next year.
You got to wait a day for next year. Just wait a day.
Just for people out, I am what I would consider a very committed water bath canner, and I can steam can. Pressure canning is one of those things I'm trying to get, and I think it's more of a not commitment, equipment issue, but we'll figure that out as time goes. I am going to start making a calendar, because I would love to keep track of what it is I think I'm going to do in a month's time.
And then what you actually get done.
There's a key to that. What I would love to get done in a month's time.
Yes.
Doesn't mean I'm going to, but if I keep track of it, then even if I'm pushing that list out, it's items that go on a list that I want to try to get to. So it's not something I did this year. I would like to do it for next year. We are dehydrating this year. I already know that.
Nice.
Good for you.
Nice.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Very good.
I'm trying to widen the channel's multimedia platforms. I am trying really hard to be dedicated that if I put something out on YouTube, I'm also doing it on Instagram. Instagram is as far as I've gone. I've dabbled in Facebook. I'll see how that goes. I'm playing with it, and we'll see how it ends up in the direction I would like to go. So that's for my channel. Ginger, Joey, what about your channel?
Okay, so you got the thumb.
Thumbs up.
So yes, never russets. What was her name, Lori?
Yes.
Lori? Yeah. Don't do russets, Lori.
Red, yellow, those are your best ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Waxy, I would have thought. Waxy potatoes rather than floofy ones.
Waxy rather than floofy. I like that. I like
that. Down.
We want floofy.
I don't want floofy.
Floofy is for mash.
Floofy doesn't come out well in a jar.
Blue, did you hear all these accents all of a sudden just pop up? Go ahead.
And mine is horrible. She's laughing at mine. It's horrible.
Now.
Yes, we all live in the UK. I think I switched a little Australian in there somewhere, but I'm just
I don't even. Mine's just a mashup. We're gonna add a puppy to our homestead.
Good.
Yes, we are getting
thing ever.
I know. I'm so excited. She's so cute. And she is a guardian livestock dog. She was just born on Christmas Day.
Is she a Pyrenees?
Yes. She's a salt and pepper female.
Ooh.
Yes.
Fancy.
Yeah. And she is 3 hours southwest or southeast of us that we're going to go pick her up. But so we're adding her to our homestead.
What's her name going to be? Have you picked?
Her name, well, we have one dog named Rainy. She's our German Shepherd. We have a beagle named Misty, and keeping with the weather themes, and because this one was born and we walked outside and there was snow flurries, we're naming her Flurry. So that's her name. I know. I'm so excited.
Cute.
And she's all white except for right here going back is black, and then she's got a white tip on one ear, and then the rest of her is pretty much mostly white. But
that's cool.
She is our
I left 5
immediate
minutes ago to go
addition.
get a cup of coffee. I had to make the pot. I poured it. I got it ready, and you're still talking about your dog.
We're talking about dogs here.
I'm gonna be talking about that dang dog till she gets here.
Go ahead.
I can't wait 7 more weeks. It's gonna kill me. But
It's
the
brutal.
other thing I
the way-
did, I'm
Happy
gonna
New Year,
be
Tom.
this year. I am gonna be very intentional about meals. I can a lot, dehydrate, do all the preserving, but I bought this today at Walmart. This
What
is
is it?
a little
Is that an-
wipe off, a little wipe off
Oh.
blackboard, and it is going to go right beside the cupboard.
Oh, man, I
And
was hoping it
this
was
is
an
going
Etch
to
a
have,
Sketch.
it's going to be like, oh, I wish it was an Etch a Sketch.
Wouldn't
Dang
that be
it.
great?
Those things were so much fun. It is going to have the week's dinners on it. And that way we can plan everything out. And that way there won't be so many, as the year went on more, when we would go to Walmart either once every 2 weeks or whenever, it was just like helter skelter. We were grabbing all kinds of stuff in addition to what's on the list sometimes. And I'm like, okay, we're reining that in.
Now,
We're
I
gonna,
do want to interrupt you just for a second. When we start up on our pantry stuff, hopefully some of these sheets and apps and stuff like that will also help people try to rein that back in. Sorry, I just wanted to
Yeah.
that's information we're upcoming with, and I think sounds like you might benefit from.
Yes. Well, I think this is really going to help as far as knowing what's coming up, because I love fresh produce. I mean, I love fresh produce. So I go down the produce aisle and I'm like, oh, let's get Brussels sprouts. I'll cook those, Let me get a squash. I'll cook that. And let me get lettuce. And then I go in a week and a half later and the lettuce is like, ugh, it's disgusting. Right. So I think planning that more ahead, knowing all of that will definitely, we have all the stuff in the pantry that we have canned, all the proteins, vegetables, beans, and stuff like that. It's kind of the little things that you think about that you go and get, and then I just end up grabbing extra stuff. And then, I want to kind of narrow that a little bit and get a little bit better about it.
Good night, Jan. Happy New Year. Good night, Tom. Happy New Year. Thank you, guys.
Yes, Happy New Year, guys.
Okay. Anything else you want to add, or is that your spiel?
That's it for now.
Okay. Moving on up to JJ.
Oh, a lot of stuff. We need to get a little bit more consistent with putting out content, but life gets in the way, and so we'll try to do better with that. But I want to get. We're really not going to have any lawn anymore. It's going to end up being our garden, pretty much.
Nice. I love that.
Because our front yard, it's just grass, so that's all going to come out. Have a fence put around it, and so hopefully we'll take everybody along for that journey. Whether that happens this year or not, I don't know. But the garden needs to go in, and we're going to meal plan around that. So we bring stuff out of the garden and we cook what we brought out of the garden. That's one of them. And maybe organize a collab that it would be have you all be a part of.
If you need help, Ginger knows a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. He's a little sketchy, but I know a guy. I got you. Yeah, he's somewhere in the $6 range. Oh,
He's gone.
You're funny.
Anything else, JJ?
Yeah, that's the minimum of it. We want to do a whole bunch of stuff, but we'll run out a year before we run out of stuff to try to do.
And I'll also say this to anybody watching: go and watch these channels. I'm sure they will be putting this information out on their own channels as well as to what to look forward to and what their plans are and think. Oh, well, okay. I challenge you to go to your channels and put that out there. There you go. I don't want to miss this. Natural State Fishing came in and I forgot to say hi earlier. I apologize. Bouncing around on the screen, Southern Heritage Cooking. How about your channel?
Well, how about that?
I know you've touched on a couple things, one being that you wanted to move to the YouTube platform a little more. So
yeah, so I am going to focus on that. Ginger's doing a lot of things that I'm doing. I think she's got a copy of my playbook.
You're getting a dog too?
I am.
Yay! What's your dog's name?
I don't know yet. But I'm getting the same dog.
Are you?
I am.
That's awesome. Are you in Georgia?
No, ma'am. I'm in Washington State.
Good night, Lori. Good night, Butler Family Farm.
So that I'm doing in the spring.
Nice.
I want to be way more intentional about my meal planning as well. We have a huge pantry as well that I very seldom utilize. And just because of my job, I'm a grab and go. I gotta go. It's like I barely get a lunch during the day. So I'm just running out the door. And so I want to just be more intentional with the meal planning and with utilizing our pantry. And I have a pretty significant pantry. And just trying to be purposeful and intentional.
Yeah. I love that word actually when you think of how you're relating it to our lifestyles. Intentional really is the best word for that.
Yeah,
it
be
is
intentional. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's my biggest thing besides the puppy that's coming. I'm very excited about that.
Well, I know I speak for almost everybody here. If we can help you any way that we can, we are more than happy to.
Well, I just need to figure out how to move from one platform to another because I have, some videos up, but I haven't put anything up. It's all on Facebook. And so it's like
in conjunction with each other.
Can you transfer one to the other though?
You can't transfer, but you can share your videos from what you like. If you're doing a video on YouTube, put a post up about it. Don't put the link in the post. Put the link underneath in the comments. Otherwise, people won't see it. So you want to put up a link with maybe a thumbnail of the video, and then put this is the new video for this has come out, and then say the link is in the comments below. And just use it in conjunction with each other.
So I can't take from my Facebook though and move it to YouTube.
No.
Oh,
you can drop it in multiple places. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah,
you can drop the same video. You can upload it to.
If I understand what Daniel's saying, you have it on your computer. You then can upload to YouTube and you can upload to Facebook, but you can't swap them from Facebook to YouTube.
I got you. Yeah.
Right.
The only exception is if one company owns them both. Like if you've got Instagram, you can push it to
share
Facebook
it automatically over to Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. There's somewhere one company you can tell it owns multiple platforms.
Yeah. So that's it. Just to be more
All right.
intentional.
All right. So let's move on to the doctors.
Oh, we're gonna get a puppy.
No, we're not.
I was like, are y'all kidding
I know
me?
Janet's like
Wow.
he said
I just
no.
thought I
He
could just
said no.
put that right
No, we're
in,
not.
and he
No,
would
that
be.
take
Darn
Daniel
it.
very long to say, no, we're not.
Yeah. Wow, that was talk about
got-
Tina's knee jerk there.
All right.
Daniel said,
Six
"Nope."
dogs in the house right now. We got 6 dogs, so we're
We
good.
only own 4 of them.
Right, we got 6 dogs
So
in the
no
house.
two.
But
You
yeah, I
really
jotted
shouldn't talk
down.
about
Happy
your
New
kids
Year.
that
Thank
way,
you for
you know.
stopping in, Brenda. Sorry.
What was that, Blue?
You really shouldn't talk about your kids that way.
No, I know. They are.
4
they're
we own,
kids.
2 we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I keep
go ahead.
telling them,
We'll
be
shut
nice,
up.
or
Your
they'll
turn.
poop on you while you're sleeping.
Oh, they will. They'll poop on you.
Remember,
Yes,
buddy.
they will.
All right. So I had a couple things I was jotting down as we were chatting. One is the platforms. So I know, Tony, you were talking about it. So we started on YouTube, and then in about October, I'm like, hey, let's try some of the other platforms. So I hit
Right.
Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Tell you, Twitter is like the slowest way to get followers I've ever seen.
Yes.
Instagram is like number 2 slowest. I think we have
Yeah.
like 300 on Instagram. TikTok, I've got one word, follow back. So we've got like 1,400 subscribers on TikTok in like 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean,
Really?
TikTok is really easy to get subscribers. You can monetize at 10,000, but I mean, I think we got like 200 subscribers today on TikTok. So it is all short. So what we'll do, like
It's
if we
all
do a
those
short,
trolls are coming from TikTok.
they are. The trolls are
Probably,
probably
yeah.
coming from TikTok. I haven't figured out how to like cross, like pull
Right,
people
Brenda.
from TikTok to YouTube. Maybe they're doing that on their own. I don't know. But like if we make a short, we've got on the laptop 3 tabs up. You know, we got a tab for
Right.
YouTube, for Instagram, TikTok, and each one, and we just upload. And it's funny because we'll start all 3 uploads at the same time, and TikTok is way faster, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously pay it for a lot more bandwidth than the other
Right.
platforms.
Mhm.
So that's cross-platform,
So let's talk about the puppy.
right?
The subliminal messages will
Mhm.
start.
We
Mhm.
are
Talk
getting
about the
some
puppy.
stuff though. We're
We
getting
are,
some animals.
right. We want to do some collabs, and we appreciate you guys. It sounds like we've got one. We're lined up on the chili. We're actually we
You want to
started.
do collabs, you're in the right place to
We
find
want to do
something.
collab.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we just started on keto as a new diet just for health reasons today. So we might drop some keto videos. I don't know. We're not good at doing keto yet. We're just learning,
Right.
right? And
That,
then-
well,
I
there you
happen
go.
to
There's
know
your
a couple-
content.
No
I
way. I will
happen to
not
know
put
a-
anything out unless I know what I'm doing.
Well, I
happen to
mean,
know
you
a
made the
couple
meal,
guys.
you ate it.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Right.
And then we're getting
You're alive to talk about
turkeys.
it.
yes.
We're getting coonies.
Yeah, we got coons coming. We got turkeys coming.
This is the year of animals for me.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets to pick the pigs, and she likes
Ooh.
turkeys. So we're gonna get turkeys just because she
I
likes
want my
turkeys.
turkeys back. I
We're
love
not gonna
turkeys.
eat these turkeys.
Not the turkeys that
So
we're going to
she's getting
eat
turkeys.
in
She's getting
6
coons.
months.
We gotta get 6 ducks.
Right.
The
We'll
line's
talk about
gotta
that
be.
later.
The line's
Yeah,
got to
I
stop
know.
somewhere. But
So yeah, we'll get some turkeys, some heritage turkeys that we can
yeah,
breed.
we want to go
Get
heritage
those
on
back.
both.
We're going to build another house,
Enclosure.
an enclosure for the turkeys that'll be permanent. So
Yeah.
that's going to be
Right.
One more new dog.
Another- I mean, I think we should have another dog.
Right, of course we need another puppy.
Honestly,
Well,
like
there's lots of
he
others in
posted
chat.
this
I mean, there's-
meme.
You know, loads of different people having puppies in chat.
Right.
I know.
You know, he's just gonna come home one day and there's gonna be like a little pig in the house, like a Julian
There you
pig,
go.
and I'm gonna be like, it's not a dog,
It's
it's a house pig.
It's a house pig.
Tina's granddaughter walked up, and I am so used to it being my kids. I turned around to see what Isaiah was doing.
What?
Sorry.
So I was just gonna say, since Ginger has the female I'll go ahead and get a male.
Right.
We'll look up somewhere in the middle, and if
There
it's
you go.
you can't turn a gift down.
And yeah, there you go. There you go.
I'm saying, you guys are kind of in the middle.
We are kinda
We're
in the middle.
Yeah. We got like 3 bedrooms upstairs.
Yeah, we got rooms. We got rooms.
You
guys need a
never
place to
know.
crash.
Not for nothing may show up at your door
They
and you
show
said,
up.
wow, we put that out there and it was not for nothing. They actually showed up.
They showed up.
They're
Yeah.
puppies.
Especially if you get frozen out, you need a place to crash. I don't know how long the drive is.
Bring all the puppies from the litter here.
Yeah. They had 7. And I think all the girls are spoken for now, but
You know
they
what's
have
funny
4
though is
boys.
he is the first person to be like spooning and snuggling with the dogs in bed. So I mean, he can act like he doesn't, like the dogs.
Spooning and snuggling.
Well, our dogs are big. They're 120 pounds.
No,
So they'll
geez.
lay against you in
That's
bed. I mean, it's like a
Dog,
person
that's
there.
a horse.
Right. It's
Yeah,
like a
I know,
person
right?
being there. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that it for you guys?
Yeah, we'll give you back the show, Tony.
Well, thank you. I
Oh my
appreciate
God, that's so nice of you.
And last but not least, Miss Blue, you're going to close the evening out for us.
Oh man. Okay, so this year I'm trying to step my game up. I mean, like, I work at home anyway. I'm here 100% of the time because I'm not allowed to do my job anymore.
No.
Apparently, losing your legs in the middle of a kitchen is bad for health and safety. So
Yeah, we don't like that.
you know, so I'm not allowed to do that. So that means that this gets to be my job now. That means that I have to step up my game and stop playing games all day and actually do some work. But there's been a few things that I've wanted to do over the years and I've been planning on doing and have set out to do. And I have a shelf full of notebooks here on writing up the videos and how I want to do them and all that kind of stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do that is teaching stuff, not just this is what I'm doing today kind of thing. I have done Tanny bought me a new camera for Christmas.
Yay!
Yeah, it's fancy.
That's such a sweet. That's such a sweet comment from Annie.
A little mic and a doodah that turns round and does all of the things, and it's
awesome.
So I was learning to use that while I was doing my Christmas leftovers video that I've been trying to put together. And then I started downloading all the stuff and I was finding the videos and I found that half the stuff's missing.
No.
Oh, great.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. But that's okay because, it's me and that's kind of what happens in some of my videos. So, that's still going to go out because, I can still show part of what I've done and I've got photos as well that can go out with it as well and explain a bit more because what I want to do is teach people how to make several meals out of one. It's what we used to do. We all traditionally used to have roast dinners on a Sunday. We'd have Sunday dinner and then that would go on to feed the family for the week. Now, I will tell you right now that I was horrified in some ways and absolutely elated in others. Over the last week, I've made enough food for Tanny and I, main meals for Tanny and I for the next 16 weeks from the leftovers of Christmas dinner.
Awesome. Whoa. Yeah. That is amazing, Blue.
All sorts of stuff that, you know how you buy stuff and you think, I'm going to make that or I'm going to make that. And then you don't end up doing it. The amount of waste that we've got that goes out in the bins and stuff over Christmas is horrific. And that goes for every household. It does. I mean, let's be honest. Okay. So to get 16 weeks worth of meal.
Wow.
I just thought was like, what?
That's amazing. I mean, I just told you about my lettuce confession that I threw the lettuce out that was there for a week and a half and it had turned brown before I used it. So yes,
if you had chickens, your chickens would be loving that lettuce.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. But that's another thing that's coming in 2023.
Get your chickens.
So, I want to teach people how to do that, to turn like their main meal, their main roast dinner into several different meals, because honestly, that roast dinner over here in this country is going to cost you less than 20 quid. If you
Yes.
shop properly and you look, you know, and it could be less than a tenner if you're growing your own stuff, which moves into, I want to start doing stuff about growing in small spaces, because obviously we don't have acres and acres of space. We've got a little bit of lawn that we've just covered over with cardboard and done no dig beds on out the front. And we've got our backyard courtyard, which we're going to put a lot of containers and stuff out in, and hopefully get the greenhouse up, because if we don't get the greenhouse up, there's going to be wars. So, you know, but I also want to do a lot of garden to table stuff as well. So that'll be like from the garden to the preserving to the table kind of videos, which will take several months to make, obviously. And in doing that, showing different techniques of preserving. Obviously, I don't do canning like you guys do, but you know, this will be the ways that I do it. So whether it's drying it in the sun or pickling it or whatever, it's just, you know. But one of the major ones that I'm wanting to do is showing people how to use veg and the basic techniques of preparing those veg, what the different cuts are, how different ways of cooking it show up and what they mean. So sorry.
Okay.
It's like a little bit of a cooking course going from those onwards. So yeah. But was sorry.
You're fine.
It's okay.
Wow. So yeah, I want to do stuff like that as well. I'm going to keep on with the budgeting stuff, because I think that's very, very important, and having the budgeting live on a Friday.
Yes.
Because I think, especially over here, it's really, really important right now to give people different ideas on what they can do to try and help themselves. Because right now, I can't even explain the kinds of emails I'm getting, what we're hearing in the news, stuff like that. It's horrific. So even if I can help one person with those lives, I'm happy to do that. I'm also going to be looking at more waste not, want not type stuff. I already started doing videos on this, where I did and actually this is my most watched video ever, is 5 things to do with sour milk.
Oh, wow.
I loved that video. My God.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
couldn't
Joey.
even, like, I had no comment
Yours
besides
mean
just
you
a
don't.
heart, because
Yeah.
I never would have thought of that, because I'm not a milk drinker.
Yeah.
I make my own almond milk. But my husband drinks milk, and sometimes he works out of town and out of state, actually. He's getting ready to leave for Arkansas here on Sunday.
Yeah.
And so that I won't drink that milk. And then and I buy the organic milk, and then it goes sour, and then it pisses me off, because I spent like $6 on that milk. And, you know, and it's like, now I got to throw it away. And it's like, what the hell do I do with it? Why is I question myself, and it's like, I never thought of that. And it was like, that was life-changing for me, just so you know. That's why you just got a heart. I had no comment.
That's all cool. I mean, like, that video got 128 views this month.
Wow.
That for me is huge, because I did that back in the old house. So that was earlier this year, probably back in February or something. I think it's over 1,000 views, which is quite big for my stuff. To be fair, most people tend to avoid it, but that's okay. But I also did videos on what to do with mango peels, because I ended up being able to purchase a whole heap of mangoes earlier in the year for very, very cheap. But I didn't want to waste the peels, and I wanted to see if there was stuff that I could do with it. I ended up making dehydrated mango chips, mango peel chips. I made a jam And I made dinner,
Night for Dark
like
Lord.
a
Thank you.
mango peeled
Good luck.
curry out of it, because
Oh,
other countries don't waste anything. And
yeah.
that's one of the things that I want to show, is that the stuff that we normally throw away, you can actually get stuff out of. So the fact that I actually got 3 or 4 different things out of what would have been waste, for me was huge.
Yep.
You know, because that's
Yeah.
a meal and other things that we've got in our pantry that we didn't have before.
Yeah.
Out of what would have been chucked in the bin. So
Right.
I'm going to go on a bit of an adventure this year, finding.
That's kind of the way I feel about the
different-
tomato skins too. I take those skins and then dehydrate those and then make tomato powder out of it.
Yes.
That's why the only thing that goes in the trash is the stem, the green
Yeah.
stem. I don't eat that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
But I mean, use
'cause
every
it's a
single
bit
bit
chewy,
of
isn't
that tomato.
Your chickens will eat the stem.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
there
you
you
get
They
go.
would,
There
yeah.
you go.
They
Yep.
would. Yeah.
There you
All right.
go.
Are you good? Are you good, Blue? Did
Yeah,
you
I'm
get?
good. I'm gonna
Okay.
shut up now.
No. I want to make sure you're okay because you're drinking. So I was
Like
worried
talking
what was
about
wrong.
that waste thing again, like
Yeah.
Ginger
Yeah.
and Blue, what I did was I was in my freezer and I have 3 of them. And you know how you go to the store and you buy these bags of frozen vegetables, the mixed vegetables? And I always tell myself, I lie to myself a lot when I grocery
Yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah,
We all
I
do
told
that.
my, I
That's
told
probably the best quote of the night.
I lie to myself all the time when I go to the grocery store.
She said the A-lister inside me said, "We're gonna do this."
That's right. And then when we get home and get it put away, it's like, maybe.
Yeah.
So I took all of those frozen vegetables that were in my freezer because it was either that or I was going to lose them. And then
Mhm.
and then that was pissing me off. I mean, the whole thing just pissed me off, you know?
Mhm.
I took all of those vegetables and I stuck them in the dehydrator,
Yes.
put them in the quart jars, and now I just use them for soups.
There you go.
And it works out great.
Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic. You can make your own, you know, those the specialty ramen bowls that have the shredded cabbage and all that. Oh yeah, throw those dehydrated veggies in there and say, "Look at me, I made my own ramen bowl."
You know, I was actually even
Close up
thinking
and make
about
a powder.
Yeah, you can.
I was just gonna say that. I was thinking about doing a veggie powder, you know, for
Yeah.
broths
Mhm.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
seen Ginger. Did you guys see her? She took the vegetables and she goes, "Fire!"
Tony, did you just get a dehydrator then for Christmas?
Yeah.
Look at him.
Congratulations.
He's so happy.
Kinda.
Kinda.
All right.
I'll divulge information later, but we
I
will
know.
be dehydrating within the next 30 days. I do know that.
Keep
Yeah.
your secrets.
Was it the Excalibur?
Kinda.
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 Wow. Wow.
I just have a little 5-tray Nesco, and you know what? It has an on, off, and it does what I need it to do. So, I mean, what more can you ask?
Girl,
That's
I got
right.
one of those too. I roll with it.
I love it. I
It's gonna
love
have
it.
to, it'll have to die in its tracks before it leaves
Yeah.
my house.
Joey says Ginger loves her dehydrator, so
I do. I do.
Yeah, as Rhonda said, you can do it in the oven, right? If you have to. It's not always
Yeah.
about. It's not always about
Yes.
the big money, you know. I
Yep.
mean, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can find a way.
all right,
That's how I
guys.
did the sun-dried tomatoes, is in the oven. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I know you
No,
you got to
no.
wrap it up. I'm sorry.
I ain't got to do nothing. It's my show, and if I want to stay here till 4 in the morning, and you're going to join me, then I'll stay.
We'll be here.
No, I won't, because my phone will be dying within the next
Okay.
10 minutes. So
All right. So we'll go ahead and call it good. Thank you guys. Lots of good information, lots of knowledge. I can't wait to see what 2023 brings all of us. And working together, it'll make us stronger. That's what I truly believe.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I
Sharing
am,
ideas.
I am very happy and very, very proud to call you guys my community. So,
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I hope you guys feel the same way.
we do.
That's good.
There you go.
Look at me with your spyglass. Oh, it's a heart. I'm sorry.
Ain't that high, just go.
You get better at that.
Yeah. You did just fine, JJ.
Oh man, he got
You did
another
great.
cramp.
He's gone.
Pterodactyl pigeon.
You know what?
Where'd he go?
He's
I
gone. He
wonder-
cramped out on us.
He cramped out.
Again?
He's got to stretch before the next live stream, I think.
Wow.
Stretch it out.
That man's got to stop eating so many M&Ms and start eating some more bananas.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Or magnesium.
What was that?
Or magnesium.
Magnesium, yeah. Yeah.
the time. I just
I
had one
yeah,
about 2 hours
love
ago.
Magnesium.
Dude, you got to start stretching before these live streams.
All
Do
right.
yoga.
Okay,
I
guys.
like the Georgia stretch.
We'll see you later. Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Happy New Year. We don't see you. Thank you for coming in. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Bye, guys.